Welcome back, guys. We're sorry about the issues. The stream has been restarted and it should be fixed now. And don't worry, you haven't missed much. It is 2-0 in the favor of Too Easy. And we're going to get back into the game after Iyati Gaming's Force Spy not working out.
I mean, they did do some economic damage there towards Too Easy Gaming, but nothing significant actually, just 3 SMGs lost. And Too Easy Gaming, like you said, trying to try to test it just A-long. And it was clear from my POV that Tito Savage plays on 4x3 stretched or 4x3 black bars because he could not spot the players coming out of restrooms as he held Fountain. And it looks like it's going to be the same A-long control play yet again with Tito marking the flank. I'm not a big fan of the IGL being the lurker because, you know, he's denied a lot of first-hand information. But the smokes do come in, it is a full anti-eco, and Rex, he's just holding W. It's like he's newly discovered this brand new key called the W key, and he's abusing it to full effect. And Slots, he's going to do a lot of damage on the Pokey, but nothing concrete yet. No frags coming there. Rexy finds Bullet, and Rexy is on a rampage, finding 3 quick eco frags. Tito with the final kill, and that's the round. 3-0 to Too Easy Gaming.
Rexy also has a very, very pretty M9 bayonet slaughter, doesn't he?
I like that skin, don't you?
I really like the slaughter, yes. I have a Caramel slaughter myself with a nice heart pattern on the play side, and on the back side it's the angel wings. So yeah, I mean,
speaking of heart patterns, it's curious. My chest hair grows in that exact same pattern as your.
Nobody needs to know that. That is too much information fed. But anyway, Iyati Gaming, they're gonna buy into this round. Not as much utility as I would like, but they're gonna go for the B-shot aggression. Rexy is ready. We'll get a frag, but Bullet is there for a trade. In fact, Bullet is good for 2 frags from that position, and Iyati has the man advantage early into this round.
Yeah, Bullet holding strong there, giving Iyati the much needed advantage. But can they hold out is the question. Because we've seen Iyati drop rounds time after time, even with the man advantage. Because, you know, late round they're not able to adjust as fast as you would expect them to be able to. A team of their experience, their caliber. They were boot camping in Vietnam, if you didn't. Like I just found out recently. Slow was telling me at the Optic land trials that, you know, these guys spent a good few weeks in Vietnam. Wow, look at that shot from recoil. Beautiful shot. Bullet being punished for his curiosity. Like they say, curiosity killed the cat, but in this case, Bullet does bite the bullet for his endeavors. Ego, he does get the kill on the bomb planter, but does take a lot of damage. Man advantage again. Well, back in the favor, but Recoil Master and Tito, and now it's Accelerate versus Recoil Master. Op versus M4. Who will come out on top? The answer is the M4. Accelerate puts the first round on the board for Iyati. And Too Easy, well, they should be able to buy into this round. Somewhat. It's a very precarious situation their economy is in right now.
Yeah, but even Iyati's buy isn't looking that great. Just look at that. 2 rifles, a FAMAS, and 2 SMGs. And while on the Too Easy side, at least they do have an AWP and an AK-47. Make that 2 AK-47s and the CZ and the Deagle. In fact, they can definitely work with this because we know that the CZ is way too OP. But Iyati Gaming, they've gone for an adjustment. They're going for B-shot control again, as well as connector control. They have nobody at the A-bomb side. That is curious, but of course it's an adjustment to how Too Easy has been approaching these early few rounds. They've been going predominantly, they've been going to B. So I like the adjustment. It's not bad, but Too Easy, they're walking straight out of Monster. The flashes are in, the counter flashes are in, the Molotovs are in as well. Ego's gonna peek out now. He's gonna get a frag, but Tito is in for the trade. But Slots and Bullets and Veerbhadra, they're all chiming in, and that leaves Recoil Master alone in a 1v4. And he's gonna miss his shot, and he's gonna be taken down as well. Oh, the Force Spy not really working out for Too Easy, and now they're gonna go in for the timeout, wondering how to adjust to the Iyati setup.
I mean, this is a classic counter strat coming out from Iyati. It's clear that they've done their homework on the way Too Easy not only plays the early rounds, but this map in general. I mean, both of us have called out Too Easy's overpass over and over again since the winter season, if I remember correctly, that their presence, that extremely B-heavy presence that Too Easy shows during their gun rounds is such a transparent and, well, such a readable setup that it just begs to be exploited by teams that actually sit and do their homework. And as I was saying, Iyati is a team that does do their homework. They spent a lot of time in Vietnam boot camping. Well, they didn't play Mirage, but clearly they've done some homework on the way to easy plays, and looks like they are approaching this game the right way. For them, a lot doesn't hang in the balance. The season is more or less over for them, but they can be the ones that that decides which teams end up as the top 4.
Yep, and there's something very curious. Well, this is an eco round, by the way, but still Pokey, he's rushed into the B bomb side. He's got 3 frags for himself. Slots replies with 1, but he's been shut down as well. And what? Just a couple of flashbangs and 1 smoke and no armor. Just some upgraded pistols. And too easy, they just take the B bomb site by storm.
Why do I bother praising Teams Adi?
I don't know.
Why?
But something really curious came to mind as well, because I did think that this was going to be a straightforward round. But now that Veerbhadra and Accelerate have been relegated to saving this AWP and M4, I'm going to say it now. You were saying right in the build-up to this game, before we went live, of course, that a lot of the Indian teams, it's like the A bomb site doesn't exist for them. And how many times has Too Easy gone B already in their gun rounds?
Every time.
And Veerbhadra wastes the smoke. What? How paranoid do you have to be?
Clearly, a lot.
But anyway, yeah, like Too Easy, they went, the eco rounds, they went to A, right? And they did try to go A on the pistol round as well, but then they did end up going B. Out of the 6 rounds, 4 of the rounds, they've gone B. And ever since the gun rounds have started, it's like BA doesn't even exist. It's just like 1 player back at near the T-slope area just holding for the push, and the other 4 are brute forcing their way into B, and it's going to be the exact same thing in this round.
I mean, it's just a fancier way of playing a retake server. Like, that's what happens when you constantly, practice and warm up in retake servers. And there we go. There's 1, there's 2. Pokey is just a wrecking ball. He's channeling his inner Miley Cyrus, coming in like a wrecking ball round after round and just mowing everybody down in his path.
Yep, I can't even fault Too Easy, Iyati there, because they did go for the shot control. They know where the players are. The pop flash comes in. Bullet, he's good for 1, but unfortunately for him, Pokey is just a monster in this game, and he's gonna get 3 frags for himself. Badman's gonna pick up Accelerate as well. That leaves Veerbhadra alone with the AWP. And now he probably once hoped that he hung on to that smoke because he could use it for his retreat.
I mean, I'd be at this point, if I were Iyati, I'd be like, just stack B, guys. We'll retake A, just stack B.
Yep.
Because, I mean, why do heck, Adi? Why do heck?
You can't fall Too Easy though, right? B's weak. Take it. If they're taking it so easily, they took it on pistols. They took it on every other round. On mostly every other gun round. So why not?
I mean, it's not just that, B is weak. It's just that... Wow, okay, Veerbhadra already getting 2 people. 3rd might come his way. Recoil Master is slowly snaking his way up from, towards the bank staircase. And Veerbhadra, the 1 corner. I think he's going to spot the barrel right about now. And there we go, executed right there. Veerbhadra, his listless corpse, lying on the floor, dabbing away to glory even in death.
That's a very weird position to save, isn't it?
Hashtag respect though, dabbing even in death. Dabbing even in death.
Nobody respects dabbing, Fett. Nobody. But anyway, like Veerbhadra, this is just a very weird position to save, because even up there at the A-bomb side, you kind of take a little bit of bomb damage. So why would you want that position? But anyway, he does lose the op. That means Iyati now is on the full eco, but they should be able to buy in the next round. This should be a straightforward round. Maybe Rexy can even pick up a few eco kills for himself with that Mac-10, the daddy's little trust fund gun, as you like to call it. And it is Rexy who's going to be the first point of contact. He's going to get absolutely wrecked. Veerbhadra with 2 frags of his own. Badman gets taken down by Bullet as well. And Iyati have the man advantage on just pistols. Recoil Master though, he's going to spray down 3 players. Ego does take him down eventually. It does come down to a 1v1, and only Tito Savage survives on the Too Easy side. That was a much more expensive round than Too Easy would have wanted. That is way, way too expensive.
My head hurts. How does that happen?
I mean, I like the Iyati
I mean,
setup.
yeah,
though.
it was a very good setup towards restrooms. Very innovative, actually.
Well, it's just because Too Easy came to the A bomb site, to A long on both their previous ecos, right? So they just gambled. Why not? They might just come A again, and it almost worked out for them.
And wow, Too Easy actually switching things up. It's a gun round, and they've sent most of their players towards mid for some map control. Are we really seeing strategy, Adi?
It's very curious though. Rexy is now the lurker while Tito Savage is at A. So it's just very interesting the kind of change up they've done as well. But Too Easy now, of course, they've gone for the connector control as well. Iyati, they have B shot completely uncontested by Too Easy as well. So this should actually give them some information, and they should be rotating an extra player towards the A bomb side, but they're not doing that. They're so paranoid about losing B short that they haven't bothered about their A defense. And it's the little things which might cost them, and that might cost them in this round unless Veerbhadra, with this AWP, who's going to spot out Badman just jumping there, unless he goes mental and he's going to miss the shot. Badman jumping onto the flower pots, and
I feel at this point Rexy is just being too passive of a lurk. He should be selling a fake because of the amount of times that they've just, obliterated that B defense. Rexy, alright. Super general. Yeah. NA nades.
But anyway, the hit comes into the A-bomb side, and like I said, they have 3 players now, in fact, here. But Tito Savage does get one. He's only good for 1, though. Accelerates, shuts him down. Pokey Savage, rather. And the bomb plant is in. Ego is just at 1 point of health. Slots and Bullet, they're in fact going to bow out of this round. Bullet, he's going to pick up Rexy, who was on the lurk. And they're just going to go for the save now because they just don't have a chance at retaking the A-bomb side. The rotation to the A-bomb side was a little bit too late, I think, for the third player who cheated over. But at least, for Iyati's sake, they will save the op and 2 rifles.
Wow, Badman showing us some fancy nading skills. I didn't know that pop flash, to be honest, Adi.
Well, that was actually the first pop flash I learned, and there's a better way to do it anyway, but that's a good way to do it as well. But Badman, he's gonna go the wrong way. They're not gonna find any of the Iyati players, and they're gonna stay alive. And Iyati Gaming now, or just Iyati, they're gonna have to. I mean, they have a decision to make. Do they force buy into this? Do they? And yes, they do. A couple of FAMASs are gonna be thrown over clearly, and yeah, I mean, they really need to. I like their B shot control. I like their B aggression. I do like the fact that Iyati is trying, but I think they need to play a little more aggressively on the A-bomb site as well. And it does look like we're going to get exactly that. Veerbhadra over the smoke, trying to go for the shot, but he shoots the nade instead.
I mean, that's a very difficult shot to hit. It's like playing Duck Hunt back in the old days, if you remember. Trying to get those little birds. Really annoying. But it's a much more aggressive setup from Iyati early round. We do have players holding slightly advanced, and Veerbhadra is missing an uncannily high number of shots right about now. But Slots from the connector does pick up a kill, but there's Tito Savage with the immediate trade. And Bullet and Ego will be left. Well, Ego needs to be careful. Tito can actually rain on his parade in the meantime. Oh, Tito will rain on his parade. And Rexy, he's going to come out and catch an unsuspecting Bullet, and wow. Unable to spray him down. Rexy is not having a good day today at all. And yeah, Veerbhadra, he's checking. He's a bit frantic. He needs to rotate to the B bomb site because that is where the impending hit is about to come in. Bullet, the only defender, spots out the scalp of Tito Savage, rattles off a few shots, but unable to connect with anything. Does get pokey.
In fact, he's going to pick up Recoil Master as well, but Tito will finally shut him down. It is a 1v1 now. Veerbhadra with the AWP. He's just hoping that Tito tries to cross over to the bomb site, and he in fact has to. The C4 is down. Veerbhadra, though, he's going to miss another shot. Things are just not going his way. Tito now, he's going to get the bomb down. Veerbhadra, man, you need to land a shot. This is your time. He needs to really land the shot. But Tito, he's just playing around a little bit right now. He doesn't need to peek. He knows that. But Veerbhadra knows where Tito Savage is. Tito He's gonna get found out, and finally Veerbhadra lands a shot. I think this was his 6th bullet, by the way. And finally, probably 6 bullets, the charm. The defuse is gonna come in. But Iyati, they're gonna be absolutely wrecked on the money. They are good for a very decent buy coming into this round. But after that, if Too Easy picks up round number 11, they're gonna be absolutely broke.
Yeah, that was a gamble. Iyati forcing into that round and actually winning it. That, again, it puts Too Easy's economy under a lot of stress. But Iyati themselves, like you pointed out, they lost 4 people in that round. So even though it was a victory, economically, it was a loss. Because they're going to be going into this round with inferior firepower. And considering that Too Easy are just hitting nuts shots, but as I say that, Ego, he's pushed up Fountain. He's going to find the first kill onto Badman and Pokey. He's patient. He's just waiting by the smoke, not pushing, not moving a muscle, just marking the edge of it. And he hears this. He needs to be careful. Oh, I think Ego may have spotted out something, but he is hesitant to pull the trigger.
He definitely is. The aggression by Iyati, though, and especially by Ego, definitely working out. They do have the first pick, so they can just fall off. But they're falling back a little bit too far for my liking. Maybe just try to defend the WC position for a little bit more. Bullet has picked up the B lurker, that is Rexy. And it is now down to a 3v5. Too Easy, not having a good time. But is Veerbhadra timed out?
Looks
definitely
like it,
is.
because that's unfortunate.
Yes, it is, definitely. But at least if he does get taken down, they'll have some information that they are at A-Long. So I have no idea why Ego isn't watching A-Long. So that's completely fine. But Too Easy, they're going to bunch up with the remaining players. It is a 3v4 since Veerbhadra has timed out off the server. And they're just going to do a simple little smoke execute onto... Actually, it's just one smoke for the CD spawn. And a couple of flashbangs. But Tito looks the wrong way. Ego picks up another one. Pokey, he looks away as well. That's the 4th for Ego. And Veerbhadra, he wasn't needed.
Did he just teleport from A-Long to Bank?
No, he didn't.
When he was holding A-Long, next time the camera switched over to him, it was in Bank. Interesting.
There you go. Veerbhadra has timed out, so I'm pretty sure he didn't teleport. That would be pretty weird. But yeah, it's gonna be a tech pause now. But yeah, Iyati showcasing that they can change it up. And Too Easy, they seem to be struggling a little bit when Iyati takes some map control off of them.
I mean, Iyati should by now realize that aggression is the way to go, especially Too Easy, because Too Easy isn't that comfortable with the map control style of play that, Overpass requires on the T side. And of the rounds that they've won so far, it's been primarily explosive plays towards the B bomb side. They haven't really been able to capture much real estate towards middle or A. And the rounds that they have decided to go A, one noteworthy eco round where they lost 4 players, and then the previous 2 rounds where they've just straight up lost. But now Iyati need to be careful because they've got the double ops out. Now, this can be a double-edged sword for them. While the double ops do afford a lot of, defensive robustness, they are exposed to that fast play that, these kind of pistol plays are bound to offer. The double pop flash just burst out onto a bomb site, and Veerbhadra is going to take that cannon down to connector, will get the first kill and back off. It's a good usage of utility, but now it's going to come down to Ego to stave off the rest. Veerbhadra needs to be very careful. There's 3 players just waiting behind that smoke to pop out and pop a few heads. Veerbhadra a bit too premature on the trigger, legs Rexy as well, but he's getting overrun. But Ego from behind will manage to get Tito Savage. He spots out the other players as well. Rattles off a lot of shots, not connecting yet again. And in the meantime, Pokey has made his way to safety, but Bullet should hear this out. Doesn't matter, Pokey will get the kill. Pokey, he has been the difference maker last time, but there we go. Recoil Master gets the kill. Rexy gets slots. Rexy getting his hands on the AWP is not something any opponent would want. Rexy going for the plant for Bank, and Ego is towards restrooms. I think Rexy may have spotted him. There we go. Does chance a shot, but Ego, be careful. Rexy, knowing the situation fully well, just backs away. again, he doesn't need to go for the fight. Ego is the one who has to make the plays at this point, and Ego gonna go slowly, inching carefully in, but well, Rexy has the angle, but he's gonna miss the shot. That is extremely unfortunate, but there's Recoil Master. He's ready. A very good bait play coming in from Rexy, and Recoil Master does get that final kill.
What the heck, indeed. I'm just gonna say that because they had a double op, by the way. Veerbhadra as well as Ego, both of them at the A bomb site, and they were playing really, really close up when they should have known that Too Easy was on an eco, well, or on a force buy, and that completely bites them in the ass because I mean, why would you do that? Why would they do that, Fet? But anyway, Iyati still have a buy going into this round. They have 2 UMPs, a FAMAS, an M4, and an AWP. And Veerbhadra is not missing anymore. He will land the first kill on the Tito Savage. That is man advantage for Iyati. But Rexy, he's going to pick up Bullet. And Slots, though, will maintain the man advantage with the trade. But again, it is back to the B take for Too Easy.
And like I said, right, the double op setup last round was a gamble. It did not pay off, but this time, seems like Iyati have found their footing. Now they just need to see this through. They have 3 players over towards the B bomb site and 1 player already on the flank. That's Ego. He can pick off the 2 players waiting right outside Monster, but Veerbhadra not even going to give them that chance. Slots, Veerbhadra, everybody's just killing. That was just a pure whitewash of a B hit. Just completely getting annihilated. Too Easy, not even being able to make their way in towards the bomb site, let alone get any sort of control. Well, that's just a completely different story. Iyati, on the other hand, actually showing some gumptions, some signs of determination that, yeah, guys, we may be out for the, we may be out for the standings for the LAN, but we're not going to just roll over and die. You still have to take that win from us. It's good to see that hunger in teams, and let's see if they can
They're
continue.
playing for pride, right?
Yeah.
It's about pride. And that's the thing. And it is going to be another economic equalization by coming in by Too Easy. Veerbhadra is going to get the first frag. He's going to land the second onto Badman as well, but he's finally overwhelmed by those pistols. It is the fast play towards a Pokey, missing a shot at towards the CD spot. And in fact, he's going to be like, I don't want this up anymore. He's going to drop it over to Recoil Master, and they have slowed things down. But Iyati, they should have things under control. They do have 3 members towards the A-bomb side, but Recoil Master landing a nutty shot onto Ego. He was just jumping for information, and unfortunately for him, he's jumped to his death, down to a 3v3, and Too Easy now have a chance in this round.
I mean, it's never a good thing to hand the AWP over to Recoil Master. This man is an absolute beast. Like, he can single-handedly carve open bomb sites, and having the firepower that Too Easy brings to the table between Rexy, Pokey, and Recoil, that is a crazy, crazy good amount of raw mechanical skill to have on your team. And Iyati need to counter that with great teamwork and good pair plays, to be very honest. I like Accelerate's position, but I think he is going to get Molotoved off, but he is still good for 1 frag, but he's going to burn alive. Pokey gets the frag. And Recoil Master, he spotted Slots. Slots is very, very low, and Recoil looks like he is in the mood to push, and Slots will go down. That's going to leave Bullet in a 1v2, but they have no earthly idea where Bullet is coming from, but they seem to have an inkling. And Recoil Master's got that angle, and Recoil Master's got your number, Bullet, and you will be put into the ground. And 9 rounds on the T side on Overpass. That is nothing to be scoffed at. Overpass has historically been a CT-sided map, and that is impressive.
Another eco loss, Fet. Another eco loss. How many times are we going to have to repeat that this game? I have no clue, but it is the final round of the first half. Iyati Gaming, or Iyati, whatever they're called, they have just 3 pistols, a FAMAS, and an M4 to work with, while Too Easy now, they have everything they could probably want. And I do like the aggression, though, coming out by Iyati. They have absolutely... They've absolutely taken the fountain position. There are 3 players there, and Tito Savage, he's going to get taken down by Veerbhadra at connector as well. Iyati. Okay. They over-aggress.
Yeah, that was unnecessary. Completely and utterly unnecessary. And again, the B bomb site is completely bereft of all counter-terrorist presence. But We're not going to see any aggression. In fact, Bullet is just going to try and get his hands on the AK-47, and he can be in for a fast flank because as of now, I don't think anybody's watching it. Nope, nobody is. And Bullet, he can actually turn the tides of this round single-handedly if he plays this, well, if he times this properly. It all comes down to his sense of timing. And it looks like so far he's gotten it on point. Again, nobody's marking the flank, and that's what makes this thing very, very dangerous. But Bullet, he's just gonna miss it, and there we go. Now this is gonna become very difficult. Recoil Master, aware that someone may be flanking, watches it, gets the kill. 10 rounds on the T side on overpass. Too easy gaming, making things look a little, well, pardon the pun, too easy.
This is shades of brutality versus war. Every time the opposition has the man advantage, but they still seem to lose the round. That's Iyati I'm talking about. They get the man advantage, but they still are not able to close it down. 5 rounds on the CD side of overpass. It is not enough. Not enough by a long shot. Too Easy now is going to start on the CD side for this half. 10-5 in the lead Fed on the T side. They have so much room to work with. And this pistol round, again, it's really, really important. I would say it's very, very, it's gravely important, but considering the amount of anti-ecos that Iyati has lost, I'm not going to say it's really that important. It's just slightly important.
I know, but see, here's the thing, right? On the T side, you get to dictate the pace of the round because Iyati, clearly, they weren't really aggressing all that much. They weren't seizing the initiative. The rounds that they did, it started off well, but then they lost the plot towards the middle. The round that they pushed, wide for fountain control, wide for mid control. They did get off to a flying start, and now Tito, he's going to be the first line of contact. Slots getting tagged down really low. Tito does get the first kill, will get traded out, but Pokey, that is highly uncharacteristic of him to go down without a single kill. And that's going to pressurize the B side, to let go of its defenders. Rexy is fast tracking it back towards the A bomb site. But Iyati, I like the change of pace. They've rethought their approach. They're gonna now bunch up and hit the Recoil Master. Weirdly jumping, but Batman does get the kill, but Recoil Master is there, well, to just die. Nothing much he can do at this point. Rexy all alone in a 1v3. He's been heard out. They know exactly where he is. He can just get double, triple peeked, in fact. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. And Bullet will, well, end Rexy's existence. Iyati do pick up the pistol round like they did the previous time as well. But the question is, oh no, they didn't. They didn't get the CT pistol. They do win the T pistol. But now the question is whether they'll be able to capitalize off it because, well, Too Easy are on a force buy. And we've seen how this has gone for Iyati on their CT side. Can they turn the tides?
I definitely hope so. They really need to pick up this anti-force buy. But Too Easy has proven that they are really, really good on those pistols. But Iyati, it does look like they do want to go for the A long play again. It's sort of the standard thing to do, and I don't mind it at all because you want to use the ranges, but they do have a lot of SMGs on their side. Just the one AK-47 onto Bullet, and that AK-47 is solo. But anyway, Too Easy, they have 2 players in the WC and 1 player sitting at B short. He's in fact boosted up at B short. He's going to spot out Accelerate. He's going to take down Accelerate. But Bullet with the AK-47 has picked up Recoil Master earlier as well. Batman. He's going to find Bullet in the side of the body. And that's man advantage. That's a 2-man advantage. But brought back down to a 1-man advantage by Veerbhadra for Too Easy with those pistols. Veerbhadra upgrades himself to the AK, spots out Pokey, but he's not going to be able to land the kill. They just need to bunch up and hit the B bomb site together. There is only 1 player waiting for them, and that player is Tito Savage. But I don't think he spotted out Slots, who crossed over. He does definitely spot out Veerbhadra, though the bomb plant is going to come in. And now they know where both the players are. The boost is going to come in, but it's going to be Molotov out. That's a brilliantly placed Molotov. Rexy's down to 36 points of health. And Pokey is in with the flank from B short.
He's going to get spotted out, and he's going to get taken down. Veerbhadra, again, good awareness from his part. Slots, oh my god, what a god-tier flank coming out from Slots. Just playing that smoke to perfection, channeling his inner Stewie 2K, pushing that, and ensuring that Iyati does get that round. Again, a very, very close round, and Iyati, winning that literally by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, but fortunately for them, the AK was recovered and only the SMGs were lost. We're going to see another 3 SMGs on their side with 2 AKs though and a lot of utility, and it's a complete eco coming out by Too Easy. Badman though, he's picked up a smoke and he's just going to use it at middle. But anyway, it is a fast play by Iyati. It's completely empty, the B bomb side. They're not going to see anyone over here. But Ego, he's going to spot out 3 and make that 4 players. He's going to spray down 2 of them. And he's got the reload in. He's got the 3rd frag onto Tito Savage as well. He's just mowing them down right now. And that just leaves Badman and Recoil Master in a 2v5 with no chance in hell.
And as much as it's fun to see an AK-47 mow down unarmored opponents, I would have hoped that the SMGs I would have preferred if the SMGs got more kills, because it's more money in the bank for Iyati and just another chance to build up their economy. They did lose 3 players in that previous round, so it's not going to be that sound. Now it's all down to Recoil Master. He's gonna try and take a couple of players down, but I think Slots is on his case, and Slots will put him out of his misery. 8 rounds to 10. Iyati, is this the starting of a glorious comeback for them?
We can only hope so, Fed. And it is 8 to 10. It is the first gun round as well. Rexy, though, he's picked up an MP9. I've been playing CS lately, and I really, really like the MP9, by the way. It is pretty OP in the close quarters combat.
Yeah, MP9 with that ridiculous fire rate, it is crazy. Like, it can shred through even armored opponents at close to medium ranges, and I mean, it's a very viable weapon if you know how to use it. And the trick, from what I've been told by the one and only Ux, is just don't leave W and AD.
Yes, but unfortunately for Too Easy, Badman has been taken down. Iyati has the man advantage, and that's exactly what they need to get back into this game. It's gonna slow down the pace now. It is map control time for Iyati. While Too Easy, they're just sitting back on their bomb sites. They're split 2 and 2. The defense is looking a little bit weak right now. Iyati, though, slowly inching their way up from WC. Slots has B shot control as well, ensuring that no rotations will come in. Recoil Master seems to be the first point of contact, but he's been Molotoved off that angle. Calculated attack coming in, but Rexy, he's gonna get taken down by Bullet. The range was way too much for the MP9, and Recoil Master, he's had to fall off that. Wow. He's had to fall off the bank position as well, and that was the worst flashbang I've seen. Ego as well, he's gonna pick up Pokey. Recoil Master, he's trying to walk through the smoke. I have no clue why. He should just be hightailing it out of there, trying to save that AWP. Slots, he's definitely going to see him as the smoke runs out. And there you go, but Recoil Master is the first one to react. And he's in fact going to get a second onto Bullet. Can he make it a third? He needs to keep this op alive for his team. Tito, in the meanwhile, has picked up Accelerate as well. But finally, Recoil Master taken down by Veerbhadra. That leaves Tito Savage stuck on the B-bomb side, but nowhere to run because Veerbhadra is hot on his tails. But Tito will survive this round. But Ego, just by the skin of their teeth. That did come down really close. And Bullet, that's a misbuy. He's bought an M249. That's a massive, massive waste of money. $5,000 down the drain.
Yeah, I mean, it's not PUBG, mate. That gun is pretty useless in CSGO. I mean, in terms of accuracy and spray control, tap firing with, like, burst firing with that can be viable, but the fact that you move slower than an elephant, well, that's been sedated.
Is more like a one-legged elephant.
Yeah.
But it's a fast B play coming in. Ego, he's gonna get the first 2 frags into that bomb site, and it is completely annihilated by Iyati. The bomb plants come in as well. That leaves Badman and Recoil Master in a 2v5. They of course were eco, so it doesn't really matter, but that does mean Iyati, they're gonna tie things up. Ego is gonna find Recoil Master in the back as well, and Badman, he probably just wants to save that armor.
My god, I mean, see, this is what tilts me about, CT-sided maps in general. is that most Indian teams have no idea as to how to play a CT side properly. We haven't seen any map control from Too Easy yet, and they've been way too passive for my liking. They've been, resting on their laurels, not really doing much. They need to step it up. This is going to be their buy round. They need to mix things up. They need to go for some map control. They need to aggress out mid-round. Like, the last round, right? The last gun round. You're down to a 4v5. Why are you sitting put on the bomb, in the bomb sites? That's when you actually go for info plays and try to get, neutralize that man advantage, not allow the T's to actually exploit it, by playing that trade game and allowing them, back into the round. Why?
Again, there is some B-shot and connector control coming in by Too Easy, but Badman, he will get the first frag onto Ego, but he is traded by Accelerate, and it is a fast A-shot play coming in. Recoil Master, he's gonna land those all day, every day. Bullet taken down. Recoil Master, though, he has his work cut out for him. He's been Molotoved out of position. He has multiple angles to watch right now. His teammates are not in, but he's gonna pick up Accelerate. He's gonna even damage slots behind him. All he needs to do now is hope that his teammates chime in, but that's not happening. Veerbhadra's taken down Tito as well as Rexy, but Recoil Master, he's not stopping. That's 3 frags for the man. That leaves Slots completely alone on 14 points of health, and he's hightailing it towards the B-bomb side. Recoil Master unfortunately misses him in the back, but Pokey, he's ready. Is he gonna throw that Molotov? It's a bit too late. Slots has passed over into the bomb site. He should just go for the bomb plant right now. And that's exactly what he's going to do. He's Molotov Pokey off the position. He's trying to get some money for his teammates. And he's trying. Of course, he's going to try his level best to win this 1v2. The headshot angle is not going to work out. Pokey, he's going to take him down. Recoil Master putting in the work for his team. Individual brilliance, saving Too Easy's blushes in the round. And that is 11 on the board for Too Easy. Finally, a CT round picked up by them.
Finally, and again, that is off of some heroics from Recoil Master, and this is my problem with the way Too Easy have been playing off late. They are relying too heavily on individuals to go off in certain rounds for them to actually come out on top. Now, the old Too Easy, it was never an individualistic effort. It was always the team game, the trade game, the basics. Their focus and their reliance on the basic tenets of Counter-Strike is what made them one of the best teams in the country last year. Ouch, that hurt. That hurt me. Tito getting absolutely destroyed. So does Pokey. Slots is just not taking no for an answer. He's like, I'm gonna make my way into this bomb site and I'm gonna take it by sheer force of will. And there's Bullet chiming in with 2 kills towards the end. And there's Too Easy getting hard reset just like that. Casual AF.
It's sort of like Iyati is playing a little bit of a mind game with Too Easy. They're like, let us show you how to take this B bomb site, and we're gonna do it in the absolute savage, in the most savage way possible. And that was a really clean round coming in by Iyati as well. That leaves Too Easy, of course, on the eco. It's probably gonna be a double eco, in fact, and that means Iyati, they should be able to get up to 13 rounds, but 12 at the very least. It is the connector stack coming in by Too Easy, and Iyati, they're just going to avoid it. They're just going to go to A long, the longest possible range in this map. Pokey spots out a couple of players. He's called in the information as well, but Ego, he's waiting for it. He's aware. He's going to pick up 2. He does get dinked down by Badman, but that's not going to matter. Rexy, he's on the backstab, shooting Slots in the back. Slots had no idea where he was getting shot by that silenced USP from. Ego is going to pick up Rexy in the back as well. He's going to return the favor. Veerbhadra is going to pick up Tito Savage. And that was, again, another clean round. Just 1 player lost, 4 alive, and Too Easy. They need to eco again, like I said.
Yeah, well, Too Easy not having a good run of things. And I think the player that they're missing the most right now is Shinchan. Shinchan used to be their caller. And, he has personal commitment problems he needs to study. And therefore, he's backed down from the team. And while he was calling and Tito had been unleashed and left a frag, Too Easy looked like a force to be reckoned with. But right now, they're looking in all sorts of dire straits. But as I say that, Recoil Master is just going to casually walk in, get 2 kills. it's a 3v5 all of a sudden, and these pistols, they've gone to
Amazing.
town.
A major misplay coming in by Iyati, not reading the economy well enough. They go to the connector position, assuming that Too Easy will have bought in this round, but instead they walk into so many pistols. Accelerate though, he will reply finally onto Rexy, but there are 4 players barreling down the positions of the remaining 2 terrorists who have the bomb as well, but Badman, he's going to be taken down by Bullet. Tito though, he's on the flank as well. He's just about spotted out Bullet, but unfortunately for him, Bullet has moved out of that position. They are just waiting and praying for Accelerate to show up at the back of the A bomb site. He's backstabbing right now, but Pokey, he's ready for it. Accelerate, he's gonna spot out Pokey as well, but he's gonna fall off, not get the frag. It's just a stalemate right now. A lot of mini games going on right now. Everyone has their own battle to win. Recall Master, he's gonna wait for the cross. Does he look at the perfect moment? But the smoke's gonna come in. He's gonna block that off. Veerbhadra with the fake plant. Ooh, but he's gonna be taken down so very low. Accelerate, he's gonna be taken down by Recall Master. That's a 4th for Recall Master, and he's probably in for the ace, but that's stolen from him by Pokey. Another anti-eco loss for Iyati. I sound like the most broken record on the planet.
And I mean, you've heard of, eco bash aces, but Recoil Master getting denied an ace while he was on an eco. That's gonna sting. That is gonna bruise the ego in the morning. He'll be like, why you steal my ace, Pokey? Why did you steal my ace? And, well, just the way the cookie crumbled. But 12 to 12, again, I mean, after Too Easy had such an easy time on their T side, I would have expected them to just, seal the deal today on their CT side. But seems like Iyati had other plans, and now they're gonna go in for that fast bleed. Slots is just gonna get DE_destroyed by the nades, and wow, look at that backtrack from Iyati. That's the fastest nope I've seen in Counter-Strike history.
They have adjusted though. Now they are going for the B shot control. They're gonna get it. There's nobody there for Too Easy, but there are 3 players at the B bomb side. A nade tickling Accelerate down to 83 points of health, and that's a decent nade because the M4s can kill a player with 83 points of health in 1 bullet. But the Molotovs come in now. Is it going to be the execution onto the B bomb side, or Iyati? Are you just gonna fall back to A? Too Easy though, they're not budging. They know what's up. They're just waiting patiently.
I like that Bullets made his way towards sandbags without anyone being, any wiser to his positioning. But at this point, it's quite ineffectual, to be honest. It's not going to really be of much impact. And with 30 seconds left on the clock, Iyati have to commit to a bomb site. They have to show some initiative. And that more or less is a giveaway as to what their intentions are. There are 3 players waiting, arms wide open towards the B bomb site. The Molotov is a sheer dead giveaway as to what their intentions are. Pokey not really being bothered by that flash, and Rexy and Tito, they're just going to lay waste to that B hit, and Pokey will get the final kill. And that's 13 rounds to Too Easy, and Iyati still have enough money in the bank to go for a buy. Yes, it's going to be a paltry buy in terms of utility, but at least it's going to be armor AK-47s across the board.
And even an AWP onto Veerbhadra, but the money on Too Easy, it's out of control. Just look at the amount of money that is sitting in Rexy and Pokey's bank account right now. Even Badman, all of them above 6k. And that means that even if they lose this round, they can comfortably buy into the next one. Iyati, they need to do something, and they need to do it now. Too Easy though. It's like they're ready for the B aggression this time, but it is not forthcoming. Iyati, they've slowed down the pace. They are going for more map control this round. Recoil Master, waiting. But that fight between Veerbhadra and Recoil Master isn't going to happen yet. Recoil Master falls off his position. And it's just a very, very slow and methodical round coming in by Iyati. They're going to clear out every single angle before hitting the A bomb site. And Too Easy, they're more than happy to just sit back in the bomb sites. They have no map control whatsoever, but they do have 3 players towards the B bomb site, and Recoil Master, he's gonna win that duel against Veerbhadra. Veerbhadra just trying to spot it out, bait out the frag, but it's not bait out the shots, pardon me, but that's not gonna happen. Recoil Master now, he's adjusted. Slots has picked up Tito though. Ego's picked up Recoil Master, moving into the long position as well, and all of a sudden the man advantage was in Iyati's favor, but Badman has replied back onto Bullet. In fact, he's gonna get a second one onto Ego as well. That leaves Slots and Accelerate alone in a 2v3, just trying to push the A bomb side, but Pokey, he's gonna take down Accelerate as well. Slots, can you be the difference? Can you show us some magic? Can you pull a 1v3 out of nowhere, a rabbit out of their hat, as some would say? He's gonna get the first onto Pokey, but does he check Badman's position? No, he doesn't. He's gonna find that frag very easily, and that's another round on the board for 2EZ. 14-12. And like I said, the money is just getting absolutely out of control for 2EZ.
Indeed it is. And the thing is, like, the main thing that's actually hurt Iyati over the course of this game has been their abysmal anti-ecos. They have lost too many anti-ecos. Eventually it is gonna catch up to you. And I think at this point it has. And Badman he's just feeling it. Everyone just going aggressive, getting the kills. Now Badman, he's heard this connector push. He's gonna have to back away. And so should be a Recoil actually, because you don't want to get overwhelmed by the pistols. And oh my days, it looks like it's gonna happen. Nope, it's not, because Badman has something to say about it. He's on an ace. Will he get his fifth? Ego is gonna come pushing through the smoke, and he's gonna deny Badman his ace. But he has gotten his hands on that M4. But it is a 1v3. He does have bomb, but it is looking extremely unlikely that Ego will manage to get much done this round in particular. And that's going to mean 2EZ are going to be seeing a match and map point. Let's see if he can do some economic damage. But at this point, it doesn't really matter.
Yep, exactly. The money is looking really good for 2EZ. He's going to try to walk in from the A long position, maybe try to sneak in a bomb plant, so that would bolster the Iyati economy, but it doesn't look like it's possible. Tito is holding that angle. He's very, very aware that this is a possibility. Just look at that angle. It is so cheeky. He's not even waiting. He's not even looking at a shot. And there you go. Ego's going to walk into Tito's crosshair, and that's 15-12 for 2EZ. The op isn't recovered, but that is not going to matter. Look at the money onto every one of those players. It's a joy to see economy so good.
I mean, yeah, it did take a while to build up to that point, and some heroics from Recoil Master. Credit where credit is due. And, well, it's not every day you get to see a CT side just so flush with cash that they can literally fill up swimming pools with dollar bills and, you know, bathe themselves in their riches. And I want to see Badman just going ham yet again. And he's going to get one. Does do a little bit of damage onto Bullet, but oh, the shadow pre-fire not really working out for him. Now Recoil Master, he's up. Can he get the frags? Bullet is going to try and get the flash in. Flashes his own teammate. Ego's up close and personal. This could be dangerous for Recoil Master. He's going to get the kill. Oh, the rare miss from Recoil. And how is he alive? How in God's green earth is Recoil Master still alive?
No nades onto Iyati though. They couldn't flush him out, and Recoil Master is still in that position. But Tito Savage, he's gonna finish it off. Rexy as well. 16-12 in the favor of 2EZ. Iyati, they were in for a shout. They were looking good on their T side, but 2EZ just stepping it up with really good individual performances. Any final words, Fed?
Well, 2EZ. There's a saying in Hindi, Der aaye, durust aaye, which basically loosely translates to better late than never. They did have a very shaky start to their CT side, but they pulled their shit together and, you know, saw out the game. And that's what champions are made out of and finalists are made out of. Let's see if they can put one more win on the cards to actually cement their position at the LAN finals. Well, let's see. Back to you, Vagish and Mamba.
See you Wednesday, Fed.
Yes.
We're back in the studio. Not an Iyati kind of a day.
Well, in the second half, they did actually get the comeback rolling as well. They were in the lead for quite some time. And I was actually surprised. It was a lackluster performance on the CD side coming in from Cruisy in the first 5 or 6 rounds. It was also saddening to see because Rexy wasn't performing. He has been one of the most consistent performance. And suddenly his performance has just started to decline due to some reasons which I'm absolutely not sure of. But Recall Master, he showed up. He really showed up. He had like 27, 28 frags by the end of the game. He really showed up, and that was pretty interesting to see as well. And Iyati, Veerbhadra not really, connecting those shots with the op. It's really important, right? When you're the primary opera of the team, when you are investing so much money in the matchup, right? You have to connect those shots. I did mention the last match that we saw Iyati play. I did mention the fact that I did mention the fact that Badman. No, wait. Did I just say Badman was in Iyati? Never mind. That's like 2 years old. Anyway, Veerbhadra would have to go on and step up with that up. So I'm actually just having some goof ups right now for some reason. But, Badman again playing against his old team. It's going to obviously freshen up a few memories as well. But I think overall it was a half-decent performance coming in from 2E's. I won't really give them a lot of credit because they gave away one too many rounds. And credits to Iyati due to the fact that even though Overpass was, in the most simplest of words, I think it was the most ridiculous decision they've taken in terms of veto. Should not have went to Overpass, but they still somehow managed to close in the distance and maybe, just maybe, get try and get the comeback rolling and try and pull the match off. But it didn't really happen. So I think it's unfortunate for them. Also unfortunate for the fact that 2Easy, they have to figure things out. They have to do it because Pokey came to the rescue, getting multiple 3Ks in various rounds. Had it not been for Recall Master today, I think they would have lost out. And Rex really needs to step up, needs to get his head sorted, has to clear his thought process and just start performing really well.
Alrighty then. Well, that sums up today's CSGO game, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a quick shorty here. On the other side, we have Dota 2.
Hello.
Mic testing 1 2 3. Hello.
They say gaming is easy. They say this is not a job. They say it's a waste of time. But we kept at it. Got better. We grinded, leveled up, and conquered. We are gamers. We are the ESL India Premiership, powered by Omen by HP.
All right, welcome back everybody to the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League. Everything's been brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, Intel, lovely folks at Nodwin, ESL India. I am Vagish Gotslebhan, Angela Zera Gonzalez, or Zera Angela Gonzalez as the name may be, DOTA 2,
It's like you're so fed
Kunal,
up.
Gola, everybody's playing their part to bring esports together, man.
Yes.
That's the joy, that's the communal joy there.
That's true.
But is that all you're going to say?
Well, yeah, I think you need to start introducing the team. So I'm just gonna not talk much till the teams are
Just
introduced.
passing the baton on to
Yeah.
me.
No, it's 8:15. I need
Oh my
to
god,
understand.
dude, such a meaner. Fine, we'll quickly go ahead and introduce the teams today.
Yeah.
Angie, why don't you speak a bit about the teams first before you
All
go?
right, so today we are going to be seeing Team Cullies go up against Reckoning Infinity. Both these teams are playing fantastically well for themselves in the ESL India Premiership. Cullies, of course, have a lot more games to play, but yesterday they took a loss to Reckoning Esports, and today they're playing a game against Reckoning Infinity. Now, I think Cullies and Reckoning Infinity are equally matched in this game that they're going to be playing. But if you just talk about standings, Cullies is sitting 5th on the board, while Reckoning Infinity is sitting 6th. They both are trying to bag their place in the LAN finale, and this is one of those deciding games that they just have to play to at least for us to see kind of where they're going to be during the LAN finale. Are they going to be sitting in the Masters League? Are they going to be with us in the LAN finale? Is going to be all exciting news. Of course, if Reckoning Infinity have watched yesterday's game, they know Cullies' weakness. Cullies also know the way Reckoning Infinity play. I would say that because Cullies is one of the few teams that have not really played all their 11 games till now in the ESL, so they can really sit down and do their homework on every single team and what they really like to play and what they don't.
So let's, without further ado, let's quickly take a look at Team Cullies. All right, that's Team Cullies for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's quickly get introduced to our opposition also, Team Reckoning Infinity. Alrighty then, that's Team Reckoning Infinity, Delhi-based team there. Sister concern for Reckoning Esports. Pretty formidable when you push them into a corner.
Yeah, they are. And if you had seen them last year in the 2017 edition, they did come 4th in the LAN finale of fall season. So this team is actually pretty good. Even if you talk about Reckoning Esports, I mean, they are sitting 3rd on the board, but they did take a loss last year to Reckoning Infinity. So like you said, if you push them to the corner, they play their best Dota. I think today is one of the days where they got to prove it, because this is their final game, same as Cullies. They both have the same 5-5 games played. 5 losses, 5 wins. In total, they both have secured 15 points. So whoever kind of takes this game also may have the chance to make it to the LAN finale. So it's a very crucial game, in my opinion.
All right, so the draft is live as we were conversing about this. These two teams here, Earth Spirit and Night Stalker, getting banned respectively by RI and Cullies there. Waiting for the next set of bans here. Angie, what kind of picks are we expecting today?
I'm going to be seeing bans on Phoenix, Sand King, and Disruptor. I'm guessing they're going to ban out the Phoenix, because if they do give that hero to Cullies, it's going to be pretty interesting.
I'm pretty sure Cullies is going to end up also banning a Lycan.
Yes, they should.
They should ban that gosh darn Lycan. Now Phoenix ban coming up, an Axe getting banned.
Yeah, good bans.
Are they confusing Reckoning Infinity to Reckoning Esports? I'm pretty sure the playstyle is pretty different. Nyx Assassin getting picked up by Reckoning Infinity there. Whereas Sand King Phoenix banned by Reckoning Infinity, Omni Knight Axe getting banned by Cullies, waiting for the pick by Cullies. I'm pretty sure this is going to be...
Yesterday, actually, when Cullies did play against Reckoning Esports, though, they ran a complete different draft, which was not really their playstyle picks. So I'm hoping to see whether they opt to go
standard,
for the
standard lineup.
I could see an OD and Invoker for them in a choice for their mid. I could also see something like maybe even the Elder Titan. They've started really experimenting quite a bit recently. But
we see a Naga.
So
Ooh, I like Naga.
experiments.
I like the fact that they are thinking about So this is good thinking. This is good thinking. This is good escape plan beforehand.
Actually, but I feel that sometimes picking a hero that will not really get picked and banned should be always done at the end, because then you kind of don't show what exactly your game plan is, because you're going to do something completely unique. Like we never seen the Naga before. So seeing as a first pick, of course, also puts that doubt in Reckoning Infinity's head that okay, now they got to play around a Naga, which is very risky. So I'm really interested to see what Cullies decides to pair this Naga with. I'm hoping to see whether this is a fourth role support Naga, or do they want to even drop this as a carry Naga. It could be anything. I mean, with the new updates coming into DOTA, you can actually send any hero anyway, and it could be productive.
Doesn't matter.
But they're going to take some time with this one. They
Except
could
it's a
also
Crystal Maiden.
Except,
Except if it's a Crystal Maiden.
Except a Crystal Maiden.
If you decide, I'm talking to a very different set of MMR players, but we see a Pit Lord there coming in along with Naga. I like
They
this.
love the pit lord. They love the pit lord. Also, this shows the potential that they could have a lot of. I could also see a Shadow Shaman, because they could just have the Shadow Shaman, the Naga, and the pit lord just roaming around the map, playing that objective Dota and just taking down towers everywhere they go. But yes,
Tower to tower Dota.
definitely. Even they could opt to go for something like a Sladar if they wish to, but I see Reckoning Infinity making that choice more than Cullies. But for now, Reckoning Infinity going to pick up their mid. It's going to be the Death Prophet getting picked up over here. Goes well with the Nyx Assassin, of course. They could also pair this hero lineup with a Lion. I think it would fare well. Yesterday, we did see a Slark also as a carry in the ESL, which was very nice to see. Of course, the return to that from Cullies was the Visage.
But the Monkey King gets banned in retaliation after that Banshee pick. We're waiting for the next ban here.
Yeah. See, this is where I have that doubt, because you know that your most potential heroes in the game are going to get banned out. Then you better pick them up in the first phase. Like if they had picked up the Monkey and the Pit Lord, they could have always picked the Naga in
Later,
last.
yeah. You don't expect a Naga to be banned.
Yesterday, the problem that Cullies really faced was that by the time they reached to pick their carry, almost all the carries were taken away.
Yeah, they were all banned or taken. Yes, true.
So it kind of put them in a very uncomfortable spot to kind of decide from a very small hero pool, which I felt that today they will completely rechange and maybe pick their majors first. Because when they play their majors, like for example the Invoker, the Monkey, the Earth Spirit, the Phoenix, they kind of fare very differently as a team. Like compared to yesterday, where I saw them being a little wavery in their choices, the decisions in the game. I thought today it would be a different story for Cullies. But as I say that, I don't really know much. They would have worked hard and understood how Reckoning Infinity plays today. So they would have had a different gameplay maybe in their mind.
Indeed. Juggy also getting banned by Cullies there.
Very
Waiting on the
excited to
next
see a
set of
live
bans
stealer.
here, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be pretty interesting.
I could see Reckoning picking up a Leshrac since he's not really banned out here.
But again, the play styles are different. I don't expect a Leshrac to be getting picked up. Or maybe he
Yeah,
does. I don't
but-
expect a Leshrac in this game. I expect a Gyro. I'm expecting to see a Gyro in this game. I'm expecting to
That
see a
could be a
Razor
Gyro.
in this game. I'm expecting to see... And let me
A
think.
Disruptor. Even a Disruptor could be part of this game.
Yeah,
actually.
Disruptor could be part of this game. I mean, the Viper's being banned here. Trouble mid for Cullies there. They still have to make that hard choice there.
It could be an OD or an Invoker.
I could
Mostly
see a
they're going to
Tusk
go
also.
with one of these because they have that AoE sleep coming in there from the Naga Siren, and in that kind of situation, the OD fits really well. Also, the Invoker, as a matter of fact, you give him an area where everything is ready to shoot his meteor,
True.
he'll be there doing all the
True.
damage you need to get
True.
done.
True. Luna's been banned by Cullies there. That we are waiting for the next set of picks here. Mid heroes are going to be most important. Banshee's already been picked. Expecting a lot of heroes to be getting picked out from what I named there earlier. I'm
I like-
expecting a Razor for sure. I don't know why. I have this thing.
Cullies play a
like-
good Razor, by the way.
Yeah,
They
I
play a
have this
good
vibe
Razor.
coming in. The Razor has not been banned. He's up for grabs. And I think Cully should go with the standard set. But they go
Oh.
for a Jakiro.
I like that one. I see a lot of push potential coming in now from Cullies. I mean,
see
they
a
have
lot of fireworks coming in.
it's actually a little terrifying. I mean, seeing those three heroes, you really need to be very careful what you pick up as Reckoning Infinity. Now, if we talk about this team in general, I mean, I do know they like to play the Lifestealer, which could pair really well with the Nyx Assassin, and I hope they pick up the carry now, because if it gets banned, they'll be stuck with the normal heroes, which they don't really want to play that much. They could also opt to go go for maybe even, like I mentioned, the Earthshaker. He could work for them, but I would also opt to go for the Shadow Shaman. The Witch Doctor,
Shadow
of course,
Shaman's
being
not been picked
completely
yet.
forgotten.
Yes, indeed. Indeed, Shadow Shaman's not been picked. Still waiting for that pick coming in from Reckoning Infinity. After that, we'll have another set of picks and another set of bans and another set of picks.
As we talk about it, I mean, Reckoning Infinity could also opt to go for a Tusker.
That's what I was saying. I mean, a Tuskar is up for grabs, but they go for a lion.
The Lion and
Good
the Nyx
pick, good
with
pick, Lion.
the Death Prophet work really well. They could sink in to actually make sure that the Naga illusions are seen to with those two spiky stunts. They also make sure that the Death Prophet has that opening to kind of get into a fight and also use her ultimate to the full extreme, because we have the Hex available from the Lion, always making sure one person gets caught off. He's more like a replacement for the Shadow Shaman. Reason being is that he doesn't really need to be constantly in the front lines to do his needful. So I like this pickup coming in from Reckoning Infinity. Also, the Finger of Death, after a point, it just gets devastating, and it will work really well if this game goes later than 45 minutes and he has to deal with illusions from a Naga Siren. So this pickup from Reckoning Infinity, very well picked. Cullies, of course, now got to pick up their mid and their carry, and they got to be very careful about this one. They're
Oh,
going to
the
go with the
Void.
Void. I love that. I love that the Void is being picked up, but this indirectly says that Infinity are mostly going to be picking the Life Stealer because it's not been banned yet. And it could be one of the choices that fare wells, even if in the mid game they could just have a Nyx and Life Stealer bomb just roaming around the map and taking on people once he picks up that Radiance. So if it's an early Radiance coming in there from Reckoning Infinity, this could be a little risky. But otherwise, let's see what they have in mind for now. They have to still pick up their mid. We have Templar Assassin, who has been, sorry, not mid, they've already picked up their mid. They still have to pick up their off laner.
Yeah.
So Infinity has not yet picked up their offlaner. Who's going to be going up against a Void? They could pick a Doom, in my opinion.
Yeah, Doom's not been banned, yes.
Because it fares decently well against a Void. Also, it makes sure that one person is completely silenced throughout a whole fight, which could work in Reckoning Infinity's favor. But they're going to start using all their reserve time on this one. It's an
Go for an
Abaddon. I
Abaddon,
love
I
that
like.
pick. I love that pick.
Okay. Final set of bans
Yeah.
coming in now. This is going to be fairly quick if they all know what exactly they are going to do in
Yeah.
this game.
I like how Reckoning Infinity they are going aggressive but yet defensive at the same time, which works for them in one way
It's
because
a very mixed bag of heroes here.
yeah, and it's very interesting for me to see this because I have not really seen this kind of lineup coming in from Reckoning Infinity, but it could work really well for them because they have to really tank a lot of, they have to soak in a lot of damage, and they have the DP and the Abaddon for that. Also, Abaddon can be played as a carry if they choose to push him over there. It could be a choice. And they could pick up just another tanky hero for the top lane. They have the burst from two heroes. They have the Death Prophet, who's going to become excruciating painful once she gets that BKB. On the other side, I see Cullies, and I'm like, I see the Naga, I see the
Razor's
Pit
getting
Lord.
banned.
And I'm a little worried that Cullies don't have the burst. They have the lockdown. Guaranteed. They have the split put potential, guaranteed. But where is the burst to deal with the Death Prophet, the Lion, and the Nyx Assassin?
No, I mean, they have a good set of heroes lined up there. But again, who's going to do the AoE damage?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, there's going to be Meteor Hammer lying around.
I hope it's
There's
an
going to be a
Invoker.
Jakiro lying around, sure,
Yeah.
with the Macro Pyre. But then again, the TA getting banned is a very
Yeah.
smart move on Infinity's part.
Because they know that Cullies is lacking that burst to kind of just knock down heroes once the fight really starts. And Templar Assassin is one of those heroes that does a lot of damage when she picks up that Deso and Blink Dagger. So it's better to not deal with her. But that also opens for Cullies that they can opt to go for something like the Queen of Pain for themselves, which could give them that burst that they're looking for. They could also opt to go for more tank if they choose to go for something like
True.
the DK.
True, they
But
could.
I think what would work best for them in this kind of scenario would either be a Puck or a Storm. Because if they could just keep zipping around the map, they could make sure that I think Reckoning Infinity loves the Slug. I think Reckoning
They're trying to bring the
esports
Slug back
organization
into
loves
the meta.
Slug. It works. I mean, Slug is one of those heroes that works beautifully well. in the
Versatile hero
first,
fits in any combination.
Yeah.
Pretty Toad-like. Not that he's not a Toad, he's already a Toad. Or, I don't know, is he a Toad? Is he a frog?
I think he's a fish. Fish.
Mutated fish, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, with
Hybrid.
legs. Slurky, slurky.
I think he's a hybrid fish.
So he used to be a
Yes.
Murloc, my production tells me, and of course we see an Invoker coming in
See
from
it,
Cullies.
Invoker.
They waited to get that Invoker in, and I think they've learned from the previous lesson that never let out your mid hero way before.
So I just want to like conclude this draft by saying that the early game looks very balanced, but as this game crosses about 25 minutes, the Slug is going to start losing momentum maybe. But that's where we have the Abaddon and DP. My worry for Cullies is that my worry for Infinity is that if the Void catches the Slug in a chrono and takes him down, the Cullies have a better fight to take to Reckoning Infinity. But if it works the other way around and Reckoning Infinity get that momentum really early in the game, they could destroy Cullies in 35 minutes.
Well, 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 it's up to the Slark to find out what's happening in the game. Will he end up owning the day?
We'll get to know soon. Let's head off into the game.
I know I can trust you guys. Nice.
Hello folks and welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. My name is Vivek. Joining me for this one is Flug, and we got Cullies facing off versus Reckoning Infinity. Cullies, they look good versus Alpha. They had a rough game yesterday versus the main Reckoning squad. Maybe they get redemption versus Reckoning Infinity. Reckoning Infinity have been looking shaky as well. I mean, they're good, but they haven't yet come together as a team just yet.
I agree. I think this game is going to put them to the test. I do like the draft from the side of Reckoning Infinity a bit more than the draft from Cullies, but at the same time, Cullies' draft packs a punch too. So both drafts are actually quite even. You can have the Slug just snowballing out of control and then just start ganking all these heroes on the side of Cullies. He's also really good against Underlord because Underlord being tanky helps you get more S and shift stacks. So if you actually ever find a stray Underlord all by himself, and if he falls, it's going to give you a lot of S and shift stacks that you can use in your next gank.
I'm just having a little bit.
Okay, you're having some packet loss issues.
Just trying to get.
Yep. Well, for now, looks like top lane you can't beat it. Did go for the first point, Natra Fiora, so has no way of running away. Does decide to engage. Moon, on the other hand, though, he's taking a lot of damage himself too. Does have the double mango and tangos though, so he should be fine. Well, sooner he's moved towards the enemy rune, but looks like Kark might just pick up their bounty rune, and looks like he will. So 2 for 2 bounty exchange top lane. Looks like we might have a skirmish. Never mind. Forgot that on the Lord when Atrophiora level 1, like you always should. And a dual lane of sorts up top here. You have the Jakiro helping out the Underlord. Sort of a strong dual lane, really, in all honesty, because you can really zone out the support on the side of Reckoning Infinity. They're not the most tankiest. You're just a lion with 1 armor. You hit okay-ishly hard. You don't hit that hard. And Nyx Assassin as well doesn't have the most base damage, so the dual lane from Cullies should have a good time here. Well, Shakiro might be in some trouble. He's taking some right clicks, but he is fairly tanky. Without Slug, they can't really find the skill. Slug is gonna have to bounce, and looks like he decides against it. Indeed, he should. Zeal, he got himself a salve, so he's just gonna salve back up and make that attempt from Reckoning Infinity useless and pointless.
Okay, I'm back. I think the packet loss has gone away as well.
Back in black. Never mind.
Up top, seems like.
Yep, Sharky. He's dropping fairly low, but he does have the spike, so he's going to turn it around. They actually end up stacking the bounce as well as the spike. This may actually ensure that Underlord ends up surviving, but he's still dropping low, and Sharky's going to find the kill. First blood going the way of Reckoning Infinity. Bottom lane, Abaddon.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, my internet is pinging. I'm just going to quickly restart my router.
Alright, I'll take you all through the game until then. Well, dropping down the last hit charts, looks like it is Moon who's leading them for now, but Faceless Void is doing just as fine, so... Both carries having a good time in this early game, which means that... no, I mean, you can say that Moon's getting a bit more pressure, but he's still getting a decent amount out of this lane. Mostly in the form of kills and his creeps not really dying every single time he goes for an aggressive play. And you can look at Zeal. He is actually getting a fair amount of essence shift stacks, and with those essence shift stacks, Zeal might end up going down. Slark, with the bounce, with the essence shifts, ends up finding the kill. So Cullies, they do dual lane top, but they're not able to bring it to fruition, as they're not able to zone out the supports, and they end up losing the Chakiro there. What's going wrong here, I wonder? Oh, this might go wrong though, but Courier, almost dying there. I hear Cold Snap, it's in the mid lane, it's on to Riha. Now Riha did step a bit too far forward, but he does have the one Spirit Siphon charge available along with the TP, and looks like he's just gonna TP out. But this does mean that he's out of mana, so no Crypt Swarm, and while I'm talking about this, top lane, Zeal is gonna end up falling. Once again, the tri-lane from Reckoning Infinity really paying dividends here. Slark up to level 3, Sharky as well, level 2.5, and Nyx Assassin closing in on level 3, while Underlord, you can't beat it, still only level 1. Not the best stats for the Underlord here, but being the Underlord, once he gets his Soul Ring or his Arcane Boots, he can just use Firestorm on waves, push them out, get some gold for himself, then get those items that make him tanky. But this game he's gonna have a bit of a hard time, mostly because of the fact that he's against a Death Prophet. You can't really lower the damage from Exorcism using Iyati Fiora. There's also the Spirit Siphon, which is really good against tanky heroes, so there's also that the Underlord will have to worry about. I mean, you can't beat it as trying his best to juke in the trees and get some vision, but he does get spotted out by Sharky. As a result, he is gonna force himself back towards the tower. But look at this, Nyx Assassin wrapping around, and the bounce is available as well from Moon. Looks like they're gonna just trap the Underlord inside, not even use any spells. Poor Underlord trapped in a corner, taking a beating from Moon. He's just gonna get chived. I did hear Vivek coming back.
Yeah,
and there he
now
is.
now I'm back. Just my eyes playing up, but it's all good now. 4-0, Reckoning Infinity with the lead. Seems like most of the kills are taking place up top, and they're going again.
I mean, this Underlord is having a really hard time. There's just so much disable from the side of Reckoning Infinity in this tri lane. Underlord is not gonna have the best time against the Slark.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, he could have just waited. The wave was gonna push. He would have found some EXP under the star. But
Yeah,
instead,
probably.
it's Zeal who's gonna find this EXP for himself.
I guess, and I think that's the mark of a more experienced offlaner. You will almost always see him understanding what the supports on the side of the enemy mean, and while I'm talking about that, Abaddon ends up dying bottom. Oh well. Ryzel picking up that one with the Sunstrike. Good for him.
Yep. Well, Ryzel and Cullies, one of the only teams and one of the only players that like to pick up the Invoker. This isn't too... I don't think this is a matchup where he can't find his Midas. He's actually doing well. He's got 2 Null Talismans. He's got the Wand early on, which isn't something you see too often. But yeah, Reckoning Infinity, they're looking to correct this. They go in with the Earth Spike, the Impale to follow, stun after stun, and Ryzel will end up falling.
And this is why the line is really strong early game. You have these 2 disables, and you couple up that with any other hero. Combine a bunch of right clicks, you'll almost always find a kill. Lion, really strong position 5 in games like these.
Have you noticed the one rule switch that Reckoning Infinity have just done amongst themselves?
Riha went mid and Moon went carry?
Yeah.
Yep,
Switching
I
things
did
up.
notice that. They did that quite a while back. I remember Moon playing Lifestealer. It was a game he played really well. I do think they won that game, although I can't quite remember.
So, Moon's definitely a good to decent mid laner, but he is a phenomenal carry as well.
Yep.
I think, I played with him in a couple of pubs. He's an excellent carry. He's young. He's full of firepower and potential. And hopefully this Reckoning Infinity side can start to come together as the LAN inches closer and closer. Floki, we're just a month away from the LAN.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying a month, but it's sometime next month. And it might be even less than that. Up top, Moon, once again, he's starting to bully this Underlord, really.
Yeah, this Underlord, he has to just wait for the creeps to come under his tower. Unfortunately, that may or may not happen. This is where you expect the position 5 or a position 4 hero to pull the creep wave for you and get it behind your tower so you can find some XP. But Shakirov's trying to help out bottom. Looks like they are having a hard time against this Car Capadon, who is level 5. Not the most farm, but still, a decent amount of XP. And mid lane, looks like Riha, he is taking a fair amount of damage, but with the Spirit Siphon keeping himself healthy, Ryzel has 1 charges, pops them, ends up surviving, and that's 2 Spirit Siphon charges first out from Riha. I think we lost Vivek once again. Vivek's back.
No, I'm back. I don't know what the issue is. I just got disconnected from the game. Anyway,
There's a short
back in the
explanation.
game.
Gaben hates you.
What? I think Gaben hates me and I hate ISP. But at mid, they're gonna find the line. Line caught out of position. Ryzel finding kills. And I'm still being disconnected from the server.
Yeah, you should try restarting your Steam. Maybe it's an issue with your Steam. It happened to me as well. I used to disconnect all the time.
Okay. I'll just go restart my Steam.
Yep. Well, network shots, Reckoning Infinity, they are favoring Reckoning Infinity early on. And this is, once again, like, you never want to feed a slug. That's one of the fastest ways to lose any game of Dota. This game, however, they have a really decent chance of killing off the slug, mostly because they have the Chronosphere and they have the Invoker. This really strong combination can just burst Slug down even through his Shadow Dance, because you're going to be having the Sunstrike, the Meteor from the Invoker, and on top of that, to follow it up, you'll also have the Fire Storm available from the Underlord. So Slug, weak against the Chronosphere, is gonna have to make sure that every single time he engages, he's in a position where he either can't die, or he's in a position that he can disengage, or if he's in a position that he can get a kill and get away. Top lane, you can't beat it, not having a fun time, just gonna fall once again. Moon is on a mega kill streak, this should not be happening. Underlord 0-5-0, 8.5 minutes in, and on the bottom of the network shots. Meanwhile, Ryzel, he managed to pick up a kill onto the Death Prophet all by himself. Not sure what's happening here, but I guess there's one thing. It's that Invoker, really strong right clicks early on with those extra points and Exhaust. Also the Phosphorus helping you lower the armor, and along with Cold Snap and Sunstrike, that can be enough to find the kill on the stray Death Prophet. Oh, missed Impale on the bottom lane. Looks like we might be seeing a bit of an engagement here. Rehop of the Exorcism, but there's no cash from the Cullies. But at least they'll find this tower here. I mean, Reckoning Infinity, not Cullies, my bad. Somewhat sucks that the Death Prophet pops Exorcism and does not find a kill, but at least they will find this tier 1 tower bottom. Vivek, I hear you're back. Is your net doing any better?
It is. It is and it isn't. I'm not really sure what the issue is. But yeah, I see Reckoning finding a tier 1 tower down bottom. I'm really sorry for all of you in chat. I'm not sure what the issue is. It looks okay and then all of a sudden Dota just disconnects me. Hopefully it's smooth sailing from here on. Asuna being dived upon. 10 minutes in, he's not level 6, doesn't have the song. Ice lining up the Impale and Reckoning. They're gonna find themselves the Naga Siren.
Yep, Naga Siren had a rather flawless time bottom. She didn't die a single time, but does open her account of deaths now. Has 1 in the bank.
The good news for Cullies is that the Invoker's doing really well in the mid lane, and Ria's not looking that good.
Yep. Invoker has picked up his Midas 11 minutes into the game. This is along with Boots and 2 Null Talisman. So this is after all those early game items. Oh, right. That tornado range just a bit too short. Yeah. And Sharky's gonna end up living because of that.
1 point in Vex, I was really optimistic coming up from Ryzel, but yeah, there's a lot of team fights still on the side of the Cullies and Reckoning.
He found
They're gonna find these isolated pickups. Moon gonna find himself. Ryzel Asuna goes in the ice path, not doing too much. Moon 8 stacks of the Essence Shift will try and bring down this Naga Siren. The Liquid Fire not enough. Moon using his Quelling Blade, trying to move through the trees, still alive, still has the Shadow Blade, while Sharky comes in and cleans up on the Jakiro. HN6 rotates a bit too late. You know what, Floki? I'm honestly slightly saddened. Look at where the Slug was fighting. It was more than enough for people to respond and punish that Slug.
Yeah.
but no one did.
I mean, as soon as you see a Slug pounding away on heroes, you need to start TPing in. If you don't TP in, that Slug will find a couple of kills. And then if you try to fight him when he has the Essence Shift stacks and he's regened up using his Shadow Lance, you're not gonna have a fun time. And I think HN6 as well was a bit hesitant to pop his Chronosphere. Cullies, they have been switching roles of late, so this might be a reason why HN6 doesn't really feel his hero that much.
Yeah, I
I
think
think a person who's...
they're also playing without falling slowly.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, falling slowly is missing from the lineup.
Okay.
So yeah, a couple of changes on the side of Cullies, but I'm still gonna reiterate this. Cullies, they've got ridiculous amounts of team fight, but
And
if
Moon?
HN6 your one position void keeps getting picked off like that, it's not good.
Okay, I really don't want to be the one to say this, but this game looks like it could get really hard for Cullies to win. They have a chance. Not gonna say that they
I
don't,
mean,
but
they
it's all in
do.
the back of the
It's
Chronosphere.
Chronosphere, exactly. It's a Chronosphere, it's a song. It's what follows after that, and there's a lot of good stuff coming in after that Chronosphere, after that song. They've just got to
Oh
probably
no.
pop a smoke, carry detection, look for that pick off.
Okay, wait. For a second, I thought that was a observer ward of Reading, but it's from Daya actually. Really good aggressive wards coming out here from Reckoning Infinity.
Moon.
It's setting Moon up. I hear an Exorcism as well, and it's in the bottom lane.
Yeah, it's down bottom. You've got Riha just trying to bring down this tier 2 tower all by himself, and this is something that Kali should be punishing. They're going to go in, the Chronosphere there, but the question is where's the follow-up, and there isn't any. They've got the Sunstrike, still has the Mask of Madness active, that Void, but it's not going to do him too much good. Moon will clean up with a little bit of help from Riha, and he's looking towards the Naga. Suna doesn't have the song, still level 5, and without the song, there's nothing else to set up for that Invoke up.
Yep. I have to say, Moon is playing fantastically this game.
But
like, he's a confident guy.
Clip Ice with the Ice path.
Oh.
The supports on the side of Reckoning Infinity still want to fight. Ice, unsure about getting the Vendetta hit off, will just line up the Impale and bring down the Jakiro. So, yeah, that's Cullies, they look so good at the beginning of this season, Floki. But towards the end, they seem to be a really miscoordinated bunch. I mean, Chronosphere, right? You want all the follow-up that can come. The Underlord TP's a bit too late. The Jakiro, level 7, doesn't have Macro Pyre. Naga still searching for a level 6, 15 minutes in. The next time they use Chrono, they should be finding one core at the very least.
Yeah, and the Underlord hasn't had a good time either, so he's not the most tankiest of heroes. Even he can just get taken out.
Mid lane, Rise, he's the only one who's been finding net worth. The Earth Spike and the Impale, just in case. They'll find themselves the Invoker. They'll disengage.
Yeah, I mean, very disciplined play from Reckoning Infinity. They're always making it so that on the back of every kill, they find an objective. And this time around too, the objective is going to be the mid tier 1. They still have the Exorcism. It is level 1. So they ideally want Death Prophet to hit level 2 before that.
Don't... Yeah, it's on cooldown.
Yeah, it's on cooldown.
Oh, okay.
Which is why they want this Death Prophet to hit level 2 with her ultimate before she uses it again.
They have Kark though, with the Helm of the Dominator.
Yeah.
And he's got
one
siege dominated siege creep and one of his own.
Yep. I think Abaddon this game... So I always try to think when it's a good Abaddon Axe game, and every single time I see a Void or any big team fight hero from the opposition team, my mind just screams Aghanim Scepter. Because Aghanim Scepter is such a great item. It lowers 50% of all incoming damage coming from your opposing team. And if you just pop it inside a Chronosphere or say a Black Hole with a Midnight Pulse, they're not just going to take any damage. As it is, you build tanky items like Crimson Guard, like Pipe. So they have a really hard time bringing you down despite finding those good initiations.
Right. You basically direct the heal, right, in an AoE?
Yeah, you direct all the damage towards yourself. You take 50% of the damage away from your allies and direct it towards yourself. Mid lane, Sharky solo killing the Underlord. Ouch.
That should be happening. Now, HN6 has the Chrono. He's using it to farm, which is okay. It's okay, but like I think using it to find a core is much better. And they'll find the Slug. That's exactly who they wanted. There's a huge streak on his head. That's a monster kill streak, Floki, and they might find the Nyx as well. Ice bashed at the worst possible time, might end up falling. This time, the tornado is long enough. They'll hold back Riha, but not for long. Riha, Yule Scepter, Crypt Swarm, perfectly done, perfectly timed, and HN6 did have the time walk if I'm not mistaken, but he ends up falling anyway.
Yep. A little hard for him there to get the time walk off. I think he would have still died because the time walk range wasn't big enough. Not too sure. But the Yule Scepter. Dead Prophet just finished that. And bottom lane, another kill going the way of Cullies. So they do lose the Void, but they're finding kills for the Invoker, and this is really important because you really want the Invoker to scale a bit faster than the Void.
Yeah.
As long as Void keeps landing the Chronosphere, Invoker can be a real carry and bring the damage with Sunstrike,
Absolutely.
Meteors, and whatnot.
I mean, sure, you got the Chronosphere, but I think even Song and Ice Power and Bit of Malice is so much. Wait, Sharky, once again on a solo killing mission, finds the Underlord, who's sitting with Boots, a Soul Ring, and Infused Raindrops. He's gonna buy his Ring of Health. He's looking towards the Vanguard, which makes sense. I mean, okay, what are we looking at? Rizal dropping low, should end up falling. I like cores like Moon who find their farm, find their items, but also carry detection so that they get these pickoffs by themselves.
Oh yeah. The best part about how Moon is playing is that he's like pushing his limits.
Hold on, mid lane. Taki pushing his limits along with the Nyx and the Dead Prophet will find himself at H6. They I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like Cullies have somewhat lost composure. Underlord has not found any farm, so he's not tanky at all. And an Underlord that's not tanky is somewhat useless in every game.
Right.
You're only hoping that you make some big Dark Rift play, but even that has a slim chance, especially when your Underlord, he died 5 times in the lane, I think, by the 8-minute mark. And he fed a Slark. A Slark who has an Echo Saber, a Shadow Blade, and 1.4k gold in 19 minutes.
Yep.
So I think Cullies, they should try and 5 mana a bit more often. Their idea should be to just try and farm, but farm in such a way that if Reckoning go on you, you have time to respond.
I mean, they had that opportunity at that one pickup near the hard cap, but now they lost map control, right? They've got the Shrine, which is good, but they've lost the tier 2 tower, and they're starting to group up. I mean, 2 out of 3 cores are feeling unsafe pushing out a lane. Maybe Void feels a bit safer once he completes his Shadow Blade.
Maybe, but you're still gonna have the same problem. I mean, people are already buying detection for Invoker, so they're likely to buy detection for
Slark's buying
this
detection. So I think the Shadow Blade is pretty much meaningless. At best, it saves you from certain heroes on the side of Reckoning Infinity. It's just 100 gold away from that Ag Scepter Fist, and maybe that could be the game changer.
Sunstrike, okay.
Wait.
Huh. So looks like that was a good Sunstrike by Rizal because he thought that they could be doing Roshan with the Exorcism, and that's always a threat when there's a Death Prophet on the enemy team. But the bigger threat this game is Slark on the Slark played by Moon, in all honesty.
Yep.
He's closing in onto another big item, that's the Orchid. Gonna be really useful against the Invoker and sort of force him to itemize towards the Linkens, and you don't really want to buy a Linkens this game. Maybe he actually just forces him to get an early BKB.
Actually.
He could go Yules, he could even go BKB. But then if you just go BKB, the lineup of Reckoning Infinity can just disengage. Like, they have decent heroes to make sure that they get out alive with the Abaddon, with the Death Prophet and Lion. You have decent stuns and decent ways of running away.
It's also interesting to see how the Underlord has given up on scaling. He's starting to put points into a bit of Malice, which is actually, I mean, it's small, but it's a necessary adjustment that he had to make. Because they had, I think putting points in the Atropia isn't going to do too much good. Cullies, they've also started getting back some map control. They're more daily sentries scattered across their part of the jungle, but they're not going to be able to contest Roshan. And in fact, Sharky with the Earthspike setting up the Impale. They're looking towards the Jakir. The Crypt Swarm is there with the He should fall the Mana Burn, securing the kill. Cullies, they need that Chronosphere and it needs to catch multiple heroes. But
yeah,
like, I think they walk into the pit, they don't give a damn. And there's H6 has the Chronosphere, the Sunstrike coming through. They're trying to focus the Dead Prophet. They'll try and bring her down, but she's got the Yule Scepter. The Meatball doing a fair amount of work. Moon trying to move on to the Underlord, and there's a song. They're looking for some sort of a setup. The pit is there, but Invoker needs to follow through. They've lost H6. They're losing the Naga sign as well. Rizal trying his best, doesn't have any mana to work with. 300 mana will give him a tornado, but will not give him the space to run away from the rest of Reckoning Infinity. And Zeal TP is back, but look at this. They haven't lost a single hero. They didn't even lose the Aegis, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Aegis still up on Moon. I have to say that Faceless Void did the right thing. He went on the other heroes apart from the Slark, and if he got the Death Prophet down, that would have actually been worth it.
That could have been.
But the follow-up, not there in time, and as a result, the Death Prophet survives and the entire fight gets turned on instead. You did have the song coming from Naga, but there's no follow-up after the song because you already used all your damage spells, so really nothing you can do despite using the song there.
Yeah.
The Ice Path's
And
nice though.
I mean, all of these are pretty to look at. The Ice Path, the pit, it's all nice, but that's the damage. It has to be Ryzel. Anyway, I'm gonna try and push Moon, but he doesn't care. He's got the Aegis, he's got the Aphotic Shield to help him out. Reckoning Infinity, they'll take a tier 3. Also a tier 2 before that and just walk away.
Yeah. In all honesty, I think Reckoning Infinity could have pushed their luck a bit there, but Death Prophet was pretty low and that's reason enough for them to get back.
Right.
So Orchid now finished up. I think he purchased it and then immediately sold it. He is considering other options. Skadi this game is not too bad because the Nyx Assassin is on your team, so you're not going to lose any mana because of Skadi.
Okay.
Skadi is also really good at chasing down heroes like the Invoker who don't have any good way of escaping apart from using their feet to run away. And he's probably going to force them to itemize into something like a Force Staff or maybe a BKB. Or maybe just force him to build items that make him tanky. And you can see Ryzel at the moment, he is struggling on his Invoker. He had a good start, but despite the good start, he's not at the game that he wants to on his Invoker. And if you don't have the game that you want on Invoker, and you're just sort of sitting on, say, level 18, 30, 34, 35 minutes in, that's not the position you want to be in. You're not going to be a very effective Invoker around that point. You really want to be snowballing hard, and that's where the Invoker shines.
I mean,
so,
yeah, they've got to enable him. They've got to snowball together. They're going to find this tier 1.
Yeah, they will find this tier 1. I want to talk a bit more about the Invoker. The thing is, Cullies have the way, they have the tools necessary to set up the Invoker. But the problem is that since they felt so far behind early on, especially in the top lane, Moon was just an annoying pest and threw a wrench into the plans. And as a result, Invoker doesn't really have any setup because Asuna doesn't feel safe going out by himself. Jakiro as well, he dies rather quickly in these team fights. And he might die again. Iced is scouting
actually, I think
out.
they see Iced. They have a sentry, they have Dash. They're going to try the instant, they'll move towards the Nyx, they'll try and bring him down. Fortunately, they're not overcommitting and they've got the Dark Crypt as well. They lose Zeal. The question is, will they find the Nyx? No. They lost the Jakiro, they used the song, but they survived. Though at least 4 of them did.
Yep.
Not good.
This is cool.
The good news is that they forced excesses in it.
Yeah, this is a really cool thing that Reckoning Infinity, Cullies can do. It's like they can always sleep and Uber out of the bad team fights that they don't want to take. They don't have to stand there and wait for Slark to just pound away. They just pop the song, pop the Uber ult and run away. Then you look to re-engage with the Chronos or something.
They've got 3 of the greatest team fight control skills with the Chrono, the song, and the Uber to some extent, and still struggling to win any one team fight convincingly. They've got the Chrono, they've got to go find a pick off. This is what they need to do. They need to do this before Cullies just group up and come high ground.
I mean, H6 is just trying to farm out bottom to get that extra item going, but looks like he does get spotted out by Moon. This could be troublesome. Dust.
Yeah, they've got the finger as well, and that Shadow Blade. That's 2000 odd gold, good for nothing really.
I mean, he had the time walk available for the Faceless Void. Top lane though.
Yeah, up top, they're gonna find Riha, but can they bring him down? He's got the Split Siphon, nice 2-man Impale coming up from Iced. Riha, still being controlled by that Cold Snap, but still ends up surviving. They might turn towards the Nyx. The one kill they can get, the Sunstrike will live, but the Ice Path getting them the control they needed for that kill. Meanwhile, Cullies getting a little bit of de-warding down bottom, and you got Moon with that Skadi complete looking to go back up. The Hex is there, and this Uber is not going anywhere.
Yeah, really bad engagement there for Cullies. They didn't find it that quick kill. What is wrong with me? I'm starting all over today. They didn't find the Death Prophet kill quickly and cleanly. As a result, they just end up prolonging a team fight. Slark shows up because of his high move speed and Shadow Blade. and just pounds away, gets 12 essential stacks, and now he's going to be knocking on your high ground. What is the answer for Cullies?
He's just jumped in for Zeal. He's going to find Zeal as the Chronosphere. EMP, Meteor, Deafening Blast, buttons are being pressed, spells are being invoked, but Moon doesn't give a damn. He's surging forward, the Sunstrike barely tickles, he'll bring down the Invoker, he'll turn towards the Void, and Cullies will just tap out. 27 minutes in, they've had enough.
Okay, the game dropped me at the last moment there.
Okay. Well, I'm still in. 32-8. 27 minutes in. Dominating victory here for the side of Reckoning Infinity. Good Dota coming up from them. Cullies looked really strong at the beginning of this phase, but they started to falter towards the end. Well, we've still got a couple of more matches coming up, and hopefully Cullies can look good as this tournament progresses. But as far as the Dota 2 broadcast is concerned for the day, this is about it. I'm Vivek. With me was Floki. You can find us at facebook.com/VivekCasting and facebook.com/FlokiDota. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to throw it over to the analyst panel. Goodbye and good night.
Alrighty then, back again in the studio. What a demolishing there.
Reckoning Infinity playing amazing Dota. I mean, from the very beginning of the game, the Pit Lord and the Jakiro, good combination. When I saw that dual lane going on top, I thought they could do quite a bit. But the way I think 10 minutes of the game, and they basically made sure that Cullies lost their top lane, and then in the mid lane we had the Invoker. Of course, shout out to the Invoker. He played pretty well. He kept the team afloat as long as he could. And then in the bottom lane, we saw there was a mix of stuff happening. But at the end of the day, that Naga pick wasn't really favoring them, and we saw a lot of changes because of the Naga pick. I mean, the song of course working in their favor, but if you could just see where everything started going wrong for the Cullies, they did have a very tough early game, but then later on we saw that in this particular fight, I mean, the Naga song was available, she used it, but there was not much in return they could do after that. I mean, the Void was stuck on the corner, he couldn't really get out, and the whole idea about picking her up kind of failed Cullies quite a bit. And maybe if they had gone for another hero, it would have favored them better. But after this kind of point in the game, of course, this was also when they had taken Roshan. There was nothing much really stopping them. And in the bottom lane, I mean, in the top lane, we saw another big fight happen there. And that was actually almost a nail in the coffin for Cullies. And Reckoning Infinity making it look so simple and so easy over there. And they just played phenomenal Dota. At the end of the day, like you also mentioned, Moon played an amazing Slark. Normally, we see him in the mid lane. He plays a very good mid. But I think today's one of the days where I want to say he plays a much better carry.
All right. That's a wonderful way of looking at it. Any other players you want to give a shout out to?
I
Particularly
think,
if they stood out in the game.
I would say maybe the Invoker, because he did try to do whatever he could. The Naga net with the Invoker Sunstrike kind of helped the Cullies for quite a bit. But at the end of the day, they were not playing like how they normally play. And maybe Void wasn't the apt choice for them. Maybe they were too concentrated on just the Invoker doing all the outbursts and all the damage, which at the end of the day didn't really pay off for them. Also, I feel a little bad for the Pit Lord. So shout out to the poor Pit Lord who took the most amount of hammering in this game. But at the end of the day, this is the last game for
Perks
Cullies.
of being Pit Lord.
Yeah, this is the last game for Cullies, I think, in the ESL India Premiership.
Yeah, I believe so. They're going to get relegated now after this game. But this sums up today's ESL India Premiership 2018's stream, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to press the subscribe button or the bell icon button. And we're going to come back tomorrow. Actually, Angie is not. It's an off for Angie. Isn't that right, Angie?
Yes.
Guess who's going to be coming to do this tomorrow?
You.
Just kidding. We are vegetarian. No, I'm just kidding. Nobody's going to come in tomorrow. But stream still happens. It's called magic. Google that word. It'll help you. But for tonight, today's magic is over. Cheers.
This is the first ever Omen X laptop for gamers that go to extremes. Gear up with the machine designed for total domination and engineered for gaming in stunning 4K. Equipped with the latest Intel Core processors, it gives you the power to be relentless. With a 17.3-inch diagonal screen and desktop-class graphics, you get maximum performance to be victorious anywhere. With multiple fans and large exhaust vents, heat is transferred away from critical components for dynamic overclocking. Ramp up boot times, game loading, and overall system responsiveness with optional RAID 0 SSD configurability. An RGB LED backlit mechanical keyboard lets you program each individually lit key to create customized key maps that switch seamlessly between games. With 2.5mm travel and in-key rollover, you can take out your competition with more accuracy and precision. Designed for extreme immersion, DTS Headphone X technology comes built in for surround sound experience that puts you right in the middle of the action. With the addition of a VR headset, gamers can step inside a completely immersive world for an elevated gaming experience. Single-panel access to key components makes serviceability and upgrading easy, so you won't be sidelined or held back on your road to supremacy. It has a brushed aluminum finish on an armor-like chassis. A jet fighter-like construction with hidden lift hinges ensures you're always at the ready. And with striking lighting effects and see-through window to components, others will know too. Unleash your fiercest gameplay anywhere with the extreme performance of the new Omen X laptop.
Beast. Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.